Joseph Doyle here reporting for Fight for the Yard. We have Neil Reynolds. Neil, how did you get involved with the xpLosION event?
I've been doing stuff for the whole university league for the last 2 or 3 years. I really enjoy just getting out and doing the grassroots stuff. I played 10 years, obviously, in the senior league. So, and I recognised, I think, quite early that this is quite a growing sport. You know, in university football,
I think it's the most.
Yeah, it's one of the fastest growing sports in university football. I like the attitude of the league. I think the league's really looking forward to try and grow the whole time. And I think the league has grown since we've had regular season games at Wembley. So I always enjoy doing this one, actually. I wish it didn't come the week after the Wembley game. I'm a bit tired. It was going to be my first weekend off. Didn't quite manage with that.
I was going to ask you what you enjoy most about xpLosION.
I like I'll tell you what I like. Birmingham, I think, as a team, and obviously they're in xpLosION every year. And they put on a show, but also I like the fact that Birmingham are a team that come out and throw the football. You know, they're not just a team that just runs, and there are still some teams in British football that just run. And I like to see the ball thrown as well, and they do that. So they put on a really good show here. It's always well supported. But yeah, you see some sort of decent passing football as well.
You mentioned the passing. They've got quarterback Tristan Barner, who's obviously out injured for a year, number 17, I believe. Do you think he'll add something more to their offence, or than what the quarterbacks last year could provide? Yeah,
and that's not against the quarterbacks last year, but I've seen Tristan a few times, you know, in championship games and in this event, and he's a special player. He's a guy who can spread the ball all across the field, strong arm, good size. He can run if he needs to. So. You know, he's the undoubted leader of this offence, so without him, that's bound to affect this team. It's good to see him back out there.
Yeah. Have you got a prediction for tonight?
I don't really know too much about the Outlaws, but I know Birmingham are good, so I'm going to say Birmingham by 2 touchdowns at least. Maybe 3. Maybe 3. Yeah.
Are you also looking forward to seeing the half-time performance of the Birmingham Pussycats, the cheerleading squad? The fireworks.
Yes,
as well.
Yes, looking forward to the fireworks.
Maybe a bit too young for you.
Well, I like fireworks, so everyone likes fireworks. I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, the whole thing's a good show. It's good to sort of showcase university sport and everything that goes around the team. The cheerleaders are part of it.
Looking back to last weekend's international series between the Patriots and the Rams, who did you relish meeting the most?
Probably, I mean, being up, you have those sort of pinch yourself moments. I was up on stage with Tom Brady, you know, and I'd met Tom in the summer, and I interviewed him for about 20 minutes, and he walked onto the stage at the fan rally. He was like, "Hey Neil, how are you doing?" I was like, "That's pretty cool."
A little bit surreal.
Yeah, and I don't care if he was briefed or not. I don't care if the PR guy told him my name, reminded him. I don't care. Tom Brady said hello to me. But you know, stuff like that's great. Obviously, yeah, Gronkowski was a character as well, and spiking the mic. Yeah, spiking the mic. The Patriots seemed a lot looser than the Rams. I think the Rams were quite business-like and quite uptight, actually, and the Patriots just came in there and had fun, which I did not expect. I just loved the whole weekend. The whole weekend, being around the game was kind of the cherry on top of the cake for me. You know, the bit I enjoy most is meeting all the fans at the fan rally, getting out there and doing the tailgate party. All of that is really special, so I enjoyed the whole weekend.
What did you think to the actual game?
I thought it was a Tom Brady clinic. I thought it was he completely neutralised the Rams' defence, which was their strong point. They were guessing on what to do half the time. He took away all their aggression, spreading them out with the no huddle. They couldn't make substitutions, and he kind of just picked them apart. So it was a one-sided game in the end. But I mean, I think when you look back, you know, and it was a one-sided game, I think people should appreciate the fact they saw one of the greatest all-time playing on top of this game.
That's certainly what I was doing. I was just sort of appreciating.
You appreciate it? Yeah, you don't always have to look for, you know, you can have a poorly played thriller between 2 bad teams. Sometimes you see class at its very best, but that might mean it's one-sided.
Do you reckon we'll be seeing Brady in the Super Bowl this year?
You know, I wouldn't put it past them. That AFC is wide open. I think Peyton Manning and the Broncos are going to have a say now. I worry about Baltimore if they have to play on the road. Houston, I think, are very good, but that is a wide open conference. Yeah, good defense, but I think when you get to the playoffs, if it gets to the playoffs, you kind of trust Tom Brady and Bill Belichick to find a way. Now that secondary doesn't help them out at all.
No. They acquired Talib from the Buccaneers.
They did get Hakeem Talib, which is a good move. You know, I think it's Belichick doesn't mind taking on troubled characters. I think he is one of those, but he certainly upgrades their secondary. So they're going to be in the mix for sure.
And finally, Do you wish you were out there tonight?
So I do sometimes still wish I played, yeah. I played 10 years and I wasn't ready to stop, but I started covering NFL Europe and I had to travel every weekend, so I had to stop playing. I always wish I was out there when I'm watching them warm up, and then on the sidelines when I call the game and they start beating 10 piles of rubbish out of each other. I'm quite glad to be standing and watching. They get a bit too hard these days.
Brilliant. Thanks, Neil, for conducting this interview. Cheers.